Imagine a place over 2,000 years ago that held the key to everything. In the sprawling, sun-drenched city of Alexandria, nestled on the coast of Egypt, stood a beacon of human intellect so vast, so profound, it was said to contain all the world's knowledge. This was the Great Library of Alexandria. It wasn't just a building filled with dusty scrolls. It was the world's first true university, a global brain trust, a magnetic center for the greatest minds on Earth. Think about it. From every corner of the known world, from the philosophical schools of Greece, the mystical lands of Persia, the ancient civilizations of India, and the vibrant kingdoms of Africa, scholars, scientists, poets, and inventors embarked on incredible journeys. Their destination? Alexandria? Their goal? To contribute to and learn from a collection of knowledge that was simply unparalleled. We're talking about an estimated 500,000 scrolls, each one a universe of ideas. Here, Eratosthenes calculated the circumference of the Earth with astonishing accuracy. Here, Euclid laid down the foundations of geometry that we still use today. Here, Haron of Alexandria built steam engines and automatic doors, inventions that wouldn't be seen again for over 1,000 years. This was the heart of human progress, where the secrets of the cosmos, the intricacies of the human body, and the blueprint for the future were all being unlocked. But then, in a devastating blow to humanity, it vanished. The greatest repository of knowledge ever assembled was wiped from the face of the earth, or was it? The story we're often told is one of tragic, accidental loss. The most popular theory points to a single, catastrophic event in 48 BCE. Julius Caesar, entangled in an Egyptian civil war, found his fleet blockaded in the harbor of Alexandria. In a desperate move, he ordered his men to set fire to the enemy ships. The flames, whipped by the sea breeze, leaped from the harbor and spread into the city, engulfing the magnificent library and turning centuries of accumulated wisdom into ash. It's a powerful, dramatic image. The world's knowledge consumed by the fires of war. A simple, tragic accident. But history is rarely that simple. Many historians now argue that the library's demise wasn't a single event, but a slow, agonizing death by 1,000 cuts. After Caesar, the library faced centuries of decline. Budgets were slashed by less enlightened rulers. Religious fundamentalism grew, and the pagan knowledge housed within the library was seen as a threat. There were riots, purges of scholars, and decrees that condemned the library's contents. In this version of the story, the library didn't burn in one night. It was slowly starved, dismantled, and scattered over generations, its scrolls lost to neglect, conflict, and the rising tide of anti-intellectualism. A slow, painful fade into obscurity. Both of these theories paint a grim picture of loss. But what if there's a third possibility? What if the story of the library's destruction is just that, a story? A cover-up for something far more incredible. The biggest mystery isn't just how the library disappeared, but what disappeared with it. We're not just talking about lost plays or forgotten poems. Ancient accounts describe scrolls that contain knowledge far beyond what should have been possible for the time. We're talking about detailed blueprints for complex machinery, advanced medical texts describing surgical procedures that wouldn't be reinvented for millennia, and, most bizarrely, maps. Maps said to depict continents with startling accuracy, continents that, according to our official history, wouldn't be discovered for another 1,500 years. How could they have known? This is where the story takes a turn from historical tragedy to an electrifying mystery. Could a collection of knowledge this powerful, this potentially world-altering, have simply been left to burn? Or would the guardians of that knowledge, the librarians and scholars who dedicated their lives to it, have done everything in their power to protect it? What if, seeing the storm clouds of war and intolerance gathering, they initiated a plan? A plan not just to save the scrolls, but to hide them. To create a time capsule of human genius, waiting for a future generation wise enough to rediscover it. This theory suggests that the fires and the purges were not the end of the library, but the perfect cover for its greatest secret. The knowledge wasn't destroyed. It was deliberately and systematically removed and concealed. For centuries, this was pure speculation, the stuff of novels and campfire stories. But then, in 2004, something happened that changed everything. A team of marine archaeologists, exploring the murky waters of Alexandria's harbor, the very same harbor where Caesar's fires began, made a stunning discovery. Submerged beneath the waves, they found the ruins of what they believed to be part of the ancient royal quarter, which included the library complex. They didn't just find a few scattered stones. They found massive granite columns, sphinx, and paved areas that perfectly matched historical descriptions of the library's grounds. But the most tantalizing discovery was found deeper within these underwater ruins. The divers uncovered what appeared to be a network of tunnels and sealed chambers. And how were they sealed? Not just with rubble, but with a thick layer of melted lead. This wasn't the signature of an accidental collapse. Sealing a doorway with molten lead is a deliberate, difficult, and very permanent act. It's what you do when you want to ensure that something stays hidden, protected from water, time, and prying eyes. It is exactly what you would do if you were trying to bury a treasure of unimaginable value. Could these sealed underwater chambers be the final resting place of the library's most precious scrolls? Is the world's greatest lost treasure lying just beneath the waves, waiting? This discovery should have triggered the biggest archaeological expedition in modern history. But it didn't. To this day, the Egyptian government heavily restricts deep underwater excavation in these specific zones of the harbor. The official reason is for safety reasons and to protect the integrity of the site. And while that's understandable, it's also frustratingly convenient. For many researchers and historians who subscribe to the hidden library theory, this official explanation feels thin. They believe the restrictions aren't just about safety. They believe someone knows, or at least suspects, what's down there. And for reasons we can only guess, they don't want it found. Is it a matter of national security? A fear of what the knowledge might contain? Or perhaps a desire to control the narrative of its eventual rediscovery? Let's imagine for a moment that they're right. That somewhere, in a lead-sealed, waterproof chamber beneath the harbor of Alexandria, scrolls from the Great Library survive. What would we find? Would we unroll a scroll and find a map of Antarctica, free of ice? Or a diagram of a steam-powered device that could have sparked an industrial revolution 2,000 years early? Or a cure for a disease we still struggle with today? The implications are staggering. It would force us to completely rewrite our understanding of the ancient world and our own history. It would prove that our ancestors were not primitive, but were in many ways our equals, or even our superiors in certain fields of knowledge. The mystery of the Library of Alexandria is more than just a historical whodunit. It's a story about the power of knowledge and the desperate, often violent, attempts to control or destroy it. But it's also a story of hope. Hope that human wisdom is more resilient than stone and more enduring than empires. Hope that what was lost might one day be found. Maybe the Great Library never truly vanished. Maybe its guardians were successful. Maybe they ensured its survival, creating a puzzle for future generations to solve. And maybe, just maybe, we are the generation that's finally close to finding the key. The truth is still out there, or rather, it might be down there, waiting in the silent, dark waters off the coast of Egypt. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of history's greatest mysteries. What do you think happened to the Library of Alexandria? Was it a tragic accident, a slow decline, or the greatest cover-up in human history? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the secrets hidden in our history. We'll see you on the next adventure.